I think one of the questions that is perhaps in the minds of a lot of people, and it's certainly a question we get faced with very often, is what is the Trinamool Congress going to do in Goa? I get calls from friends who say, we see big posters of the Trinamool in Goa, we see big hoardings. Is Mamta Di really going to come to Goa? What do you see in Goa? Well, the answer, the short and sweet answer as to what we're doing in Goa lies in this. This is exactly what we are doing in Goa, because the Goa government has failed its people for the last 20 years, whichever government has been in power. Very short example, the government that is currently in power is not a government that was voted in by the Goans. It was a government that is sitting in power today because of last minute, late night machinations held in the lobby and rooms of five-star hotels. It is not one that has been given the mandate by the people. Even the Chief Minister of Goa was the Defence Minister of India. He was made to resign, brought back as Chief Minister of Goa. Unfortunately, died a very untimely death. He was ailing, he was a respected man. But even then, the person who's been put in his place now is not a person who was ever mandated by the people of Goa to be their Chief Minister. So Goa and the Goan people, unfortunately, have been suffering under this instability for a very long time. There are 4 or 5 things that are really worth bringing out. The first is that 25% of the Goan youth is unemployed. 25%. The second, and this will strike a chord with almost all of us Indians who, because of being a developing country, suffer from insecurity. The average Goan cannot afford to buy a home in their home state. Goa is touted as a tourist paradise, is touted as a holiday home for many rich Indians, but the average Goan cannot afford to buy a home in Goa. So who is the government running it for Goans or for everybody else? The third, if you think about it, is that what is the main source of income in Goa? Fishermen. The fishermen's cash has declined over 86% and the subsidy by the government is down by 40%. One of the most striking, I would say, striking things about Goa, at least growing up and certainly when I was a young girl, was that it's a very egalitarian society. Goa is safe. You can walk on the beach at night. These were things growing up for Goa. Today, when we went to the house of Sandeep Nayak, whose daughter Siddhi was found on the beach in Kalankute, unclothed, apparently dead by drowning. But while the post-mortem says death by drowning, the investigation has not yet been carried out. The father of Siddhi Nayak told us that I can't bring my daughter back, but there are 5 rapes in Goa every month. And I don't want any parent to suffer the way I have. So law and order in Goa has reached an absolute abysmal bottom under this government. These are the reasons why we are here. Out of over 1,600 assembly seats over the since Goa came in, only 83 women have ever been given tickets in Goa. And that is one of the reasons we are here. TMC has given representation to 41% women in parliament. I'm one of those who stand here today. We think Goa deserves better and we think Mamta Banerjee can do it. When Mamta Banerjee started out, there was everyone who pointed a finger and said, what, she's going to remove the CPM? Are you mad? But you know what? It took her 34 years, but she did it. And you know what? We are here in Goa and we're going to do it. And that's the end of that. That is why we are here. We are here for Siddhi Nayak. We are here for every single woman who cannot walk on the streets. We are here for every single youth who cannot get a job where there's 25% unemployment. And we are here for every single Goan who cannot buy a home in their own state. We are here to stay. And as long as it takes us, we will fight to the finish. Yes. Thank you very much. So a new dawn for Goa.